Welcome to GreenBiz Studio. My name is Vartan Badalian, Director of Transportation at GreenBiz, and I'm thrilled to be speaking with Allan Swan, President of Panasonic Energy North America. Allan, it's great to have you on.
Thank you, Vartan. Yeah, great to be here. Thank you.
Great. Let's just dive right in. Panasonic has been focusing on transforming areas of your business to be more sustainable with its Green Impact initiative. I want to first touch on how Panasonic Energy is addressing the need for more efficient and effective energy solutions. Most recently, the US EPA proposed new emission standards that will ultimately accelerate the sale of EV sales in the US. In terms of your battery business here in the US, what are Panasonic's manufacturing plans for increasing production and identifying critical supply needs?
We're on an amazing journey, Vartan, as you just outlined. So we are scheduled to achieve 200 gigawatt by 2030. Currently, with the Kansas plant and the Nevada plant, we were sitting at about 70 gigawatts. So we've got a little bit to do in the next 5 or 6 years, which is a tremendous scaling up. And it's all because of the opportunity that we have here in the United States with the Inflation Reduction Act, as well as the customers and the moving to EV. So it's a pretty exciting time to be here.
Great. Well, within that kind of thread, one aspect of this kind of movement in electrification of transportation is the recycling portion of the business. What areas has Panasonic Energy of North America undertaken to improve recycling infrastructure and processes in general for the production of EV batteries, both within your organization and in collaboration with external partners?
Yeah, so that's a huge question that everyone asks. What are you going to do with the batteries when they eventually finish? We have a recycling policy with the batteries, and we work in partnership actually with a company called Redwood. So we do a recycling work with them. Everything that we make gets recycled and put back into virgin material. And we also have additional work with them where we're moving to create anode copper that will be from recycled material. And that might sound interesting, but let me give you some scale here. Over 200 miles of anode copper a day get delivered to the Nevada factory. So if you can imagine that kind of scale from a recycling point of view, it's a really important partnership. So that's the partnership piece and the recycling piece. And we work with our suppliers in particular to move them towards as much of the green impact strategy that we are currently driving, as you mentioned, which is zero carbon by 2030 in all of our factories. So it's quite a big play that we're making there.
So with that, then, zeroing in on a U.S. factory footprint today, how does the Gigafactory in Nevada and the new factory under construction in Kansas fit within your overall sustainability plans for your supply chain? And what are some of the lessons learned going forward?
Yeah, that's a great question. So there's two aspects to that, obviously, and I'll start with the supply chain first, if I may. Most of our suppliers are not based in the United States today. That is something we're changing rapidly. And as we do that, we will achieve up to 80% of our supply chain will be based in the US. That comes from three areas: organic growth with US-based suppliers as they see the opportunity in this space, as well as existing suppliers and bring them in to the US. And as we do that, we stamp that green impact play into the rule book for the suppliers as they come along. So that's the supply chain. It's quite significant, obviously, the changes that are going on there. Lessons learned, I'll tell you a really good one, which is around economic versus doing the right thing. We are finding in our Kansas factory, for example, the infrastructure we're putting in is costing us more than we would like it to cost, but it's the right thing to do because it delivers the zero carbon impact that we need by 2030. So it's an interesting dynamic that many people will face. Economy today versus the right thing for tomorrow. And we're opting, as always, for the right thing tomorrow with our Green Impact Plan.
Wonderful. Well, with that, thank you, Allan. You just heard from Allan Swan, President of Panasonic Energy North America.
Thanks, Vartan. Thank you.